Yeah, I think you're referring to in one of my talks, I say, uh, again, politicians, they always create issues which divide us. One guy say raise taxes, the other guy say lower taxes. Everyone's heard this, right? For many, many generations. In spite of all the lowering and raising of taxes, there's a fundamental issue that's not understood, is that when you do the math, again, most politicians don't know how to read a balance sheet, a cash flow statement, none of that. When you do the cash flow analysis of the United States government, to put it simply, we get $4 trillion coming in each year, roughly about, let's say, 20% that we collect off the revenue that Americans generate, which is roughly around 20 trillion, the GDP. So 20% of 20 trillion is 4 trillion. That's our budget. 20% of that is for healthcare. Now, you can lower and raise taxes. Here's the problem. Only 10% of people, 10% of the US population contributes to that 80% of tax revenue. Got it? Which means $3.2 trillion is only coming from 10% of the population. So anyone know what the problem is here? We don't have enough customers. Whether you want to lower or raise taxes, we don't have enough customers. Why don't we have enough customers? Is that we don't have enough people generating revenue. Why don't we have enough revenue, especially as we head into the 21st century, is we don't have enough trained people. And what do I mean by that? In Massachusetts alone, for every 17 skilled job openings, which means there are jobs out there, it's not like there's not jobs. Only one person is qualified. Let me repeat that. For every 17 skilled job openings, only one person is qualified. And these jobs are, you can make 75, 80, 100K, 200K jobs. They're x-ray techs, cytotechs. They pay well. Plumbers, electricians. What we've done in Massachusetts, which is, by the way, supposed to be the mecca of education, people from all over the world come here. Parents I know you're a student. How much loans do you have?
38K.
Where'd you go to school?
UMass Boston.
Okay, so you went to UMass Boston, 38K in loans, and you're still with your parents' home, right? As I was talking to you earlier, right? This condition among millennials is not abnormal. 30, 40, 100K in loans, and they're living with their parents. Because the educational industrial complex, which Elizabeth Warren, by the way, is part of, gets 400K for teaching one course. What they've done is they've hyped up the value of undergraduate education, and each year they keep raising the tuition, and student loans are there. It's a non-competitive market, because once you get someone like you in, your parents say, well, we got to get you into college, and the university gets the money. The loan, did you ever get your student loans? Did you ever hit your bank account? It probably went right to the university. So that's what's happening. It's not a student loan. It's a loan to the university. So what we've created is you have one group of people who are getting degrees, but frankly, not ready for the 21st century. They don't have skills. The biggest thing I have as an entrepreneur when I hire people is I'm not worried about taxes. Frankly, I'm okay to pay taxes. Yes, it's good to have lower taxes, but the real issue, you ask any entrepreneurs, is the person I'm hiring, do they have skills? Right? Can they write an email well? Can they talk to a customer? Can they think through a problem? These are not being taught anymore. There's entitlement. People are getting in there to get their degree and out, and the universities are running away like bandits out of this. So my view is we need to, A, get back into the old model of apprenticeships and mentoring. I've had a job since I was 14 years old. I learned more when I invented the first email system when I worked at Rutgers Medical School from my mentor. I actually learned software engineering more than what I learned at MIT, frankly, because I learned actual skills. So what we need to do is, my view is, it may sound radical, we need to eliminate student loans. Take them away. Let kids actually do work study. Let them learn from mentors. A lot of small business like myself would love to hire people. Northeastern it's heading in the right direction. It's called a co-op program. And you get great students, they work hard. We need to unleash VOTEC schools. We want to solve, quote unquote, the race issue, poverty in inner cities. We need to put VOTEC schools, 1 or 2 or 3 in each inner city. You start training people with actual skills. They build confidence, they get jobs. Community colleges should be allowed to issue degrees. It shouldn't just be limited to a finite set of institutions. So that's how we solve this problem. When we recognize, as you brought up, for every 17 skilled jobs, you only have one opening. That's a real issue. And when we do that, we generate more customers and more tax revenue.